and welcome to SHAYP Talks. My name is Nicola and I'm one of the Huntington's disease specialists based in Fife. Today I'm going to tell you about Enroll-HD. Some of you may have heard of Enroll-HD, some of you may be a part of it already, but for others you may be asking yourself, what is Enroll-HD and what does it actually mean? What is it all about? Enroll-HD is a worldwide study for families living with Huntington's disease. It's a clinical research platform which aims to improve the understanding of Huntington's disease, foster good clinical care, as well as speed up and enhance the design and conduct of clinical trials. There are around 160 sites across the world who collect relevant information and blood samples from all of their active participants. So what happens? Enroll-HD involves a person taking part in a wide range of assessments. These assessments include motor, cognitive and behavioural assessments. There is also a function test to see how you manage tasks on your own. For example, can you manage your money on your own? Can you use a phone on your own? Or are you able to walk without any help? All the information collected is then entered onto a massive database, and to date, that database has 20,000 active participants on it. This is an exciting time for HD, as this study is the core of this research platform and will determine whether or not people are eligible for a specific clinical trial. Usually, one of the inclusion criteria for any clinical trial is that you have to be a participant on Enroll-HD. So, if you're 18 or over, you can take part in this study if you carry the gene. If you're at risk of inheriting HD, or if you have a family history of HD, but you don't carry the gene, you can also take part. If you're under 18 with a clinical diagnosis of juvenile Huntington's disease, you can also take part with the consent of your parent or legal guardian. If you decide to take part in this study, you'll be required to come to clinic for approximately 2 hours once a year, usually about the same time of year. You'll be given a unique HD ID number, so nobody knows who you are. On your first visit, but every other time if you choose to, you have to give a blood sample. If you can't do this, if you've got a needle phobia or just couldn't bear giving blood, then you won't be able to take part in the study because that is one of the most important criteria. Your blood samples then go to Italy to be tested for your CAG repeat and to look for biomarkers. The biomarkers are measurable indicators for researchers to see the presence or severity of Huntington's disease. Please be reassured that you will never know the results from your blood samples, as there is a special coding process for the lab. So if you think you're going to be told if you've got the HD gene or not, that is not going to happen. You will need to sign consent forms. You can leave the study at any time without giving any explanation as to why you want to leave. But before you make any decisions, let's take a look at some of the assessments and how they work.
The aim of Enroll-HD is to closely track how Huntington's disease emerges and changes over time in a variety of individuals, rather than to test a specific treatment. During the 2-hour-long appointment, Nicola asked Cameron to undertake a wide range of assessments which look to identify symptoms of HD. These include movement, mind and mood symptoms. Nicola begins by asking Cameron about his mood and behaviours. Has he noticed any changes in his mood? Is he feeling sad or more angry than before? And if he is, how able is he to make himself feel better? Nicola also asks if there are any activities that used to give him enjoyment but now no longer do. These questions might seem odd, but they help researchers to track early changes to mood and behaviour in HD. This might help us to understand the initial onset of the disease better. Next, Nicola asked Cameron to take part in a range of cognitive assessments. These are looking at the mind category of symptoms. First, there is a number and letter sequencing task which checks to see how well Cameron can follow a process, and then he is asked to name as many different kinds of animals as he can in 3 minutes. This task checks how quickly Cameron can think when put on the spot and how flexible his thought process is.
Eagles, ferrets, raccoons.
Cameron also takes part in the Stroop test, a psychological test where text is written in a different colour from the actual word. For example, red is actually written in the colour blue. This checks reaction times and the ability to process something that is different from what is written down. Participants usually find it quicker and easier when they are the same, and make more mistakes and take longer when they are different.
blue, green, red.
Finally, there is a range of movement activities. The Luria test involves performing the same 3 movements repeatedly. This helps researchers understand how someone can sequence a task. Why not try it along with Cameron now? The finger taps test looks to see coordination of movement. Is it normal or have there been any changes? Participants might also be asked to walk across a room or to see how their balance is. Finally, Nicola checks to see if there are any issues with Cameron's speech.
Can you count up to 10 for me?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And can you say today has been an exhausting day?
Today has been an exhausting day.
Okay. This is really just to see if Cameron's speech is okay, just to pick up if there's any slurring or any imperfections with his speech. Okay, so that's just a very small sample of what you'll be doing when you come along to clinic. A lot of people are quite nervous about it, but I can honestly say it's nothing to worry about. In fact, you may enjoy it. After saying all that, do you think it's something you would like to get involved in? If so, speak with your youth specialist or specialist in your area so that you can begin to start the process for you. Clinics take place in Fife, Aberdeen, Glasgow, Tayside and Edinburgh. Patient information sheets can be sent to you prior to you deciding whether or not you want to come along. It outlines everything you need to know about the study before a final decision is made. Why not be one of our research heroes and take the first step today? We're waiting for you as you are the future. Top tips then, if you really want to think about this and you want to come along, speak to youth specialists or specialists about the study, or speak directly to one of the Enroll-HD personnel like myself. Ask for a patient information sheet to be sent out to you. Don't be afraid to come forward. This is a time to think about your own future and how you can help in developing future treatments for Huntington's disease. Thank you.